Hello, Mr. Hardy here, and in this video I would like to teach you about the persuasive writing technique, exaggeration. So this is part of the DAFOREST series I'm doing, which is an acronym that I use in class to teach my students a variety of persuasive writing techniques. We're on the letter E in this video, we've done emotive language, so we're moving on to exaggeration. So, what is exaggeration? Exaggeration is when you present something as more extreme than it actually is. It could be more extreme in a positive sense or more extreme in a negative sense. For example, it takes me hours to walk to school. In reality, it might take you 20 minutes, but it feels like an extreme. It feels like hours. Another example, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse, a phrase that I have used myself. It's just trying to show how extreme your hunger is. You could not actually literally eat a horse, considering your stomach is relatively small. So, I've written a review of a fictional restaurant that I've been to. Can you spot where I have exaggerated how bad the restaurant is? El Cantina, a Mexican restaurant from hell. As soon as I entered El Cantina, I knew something was wrong. It smelt like a well-used portaloo on a hot summer's day. Trying to stay optimistic, I ordered the tacos, but it took the server hours to take my order and the chef days to actually cook the thing. When I eventually bit into the undercooked meat and tortilla, the spice from the dish literally burnt my tongue. I actually used a lot of exaggeration. I used it in the form of a simile. It smelt like a well-used portaloo on a hot summer's day. That is an awful smell, and I've been to some dodgy restaurants that have had some dodgy smells, but none as bad as that. I was exaggerating how bad the smell was. It took the server hours to take my order. That's an exaggeration. It might have taken a server, 20, 30, 40 minutes, which is a long time, but certainly not hours. And it took the chef days to actually cook the tacos. That's definitely an exaggeration. That's an exaggeration to an extreme, which is called a hyperbole. I'll explain that in a bit. I literally was not waiting in the restaurant for days. I'm exaggerating how long it took. The spice from the dish literally burnt my tongue. I don't know if this is scientifically possible, if spice can actually burn your tongue. I know we talk about it metaphorically, so by using that word literally, I'm exaggerating just how overly spicy these tacos were. Okay, so some tips on how to use exaggeration. As I've mentioned, there are two types. There's exaggeration. Exaggeration is when you present something as more extreme than it actually is, however, it's still believable. For example, if I set a student homework and they say, "Oh, sir, this homework will take me hours to complete." In reality, the homework might take 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour maximum. But to that student, it feels like hours, because they can't be playing Xbox, playing football, doing whatever it is they want to do instead. Hyperbole is when you present something as more extreme than it actually is, to the sense where it's unbelievable. For example, if I gave a student some homework and they said, "Oh, sir, this homework will take me months to complete." That is ridiculous. You can't even believe that, because I set my homework every week. So it can't take you months to do, because then you'll never catch up on next week's homework or the week after that's homework. Another example might be your parents might say, "Oh, it takes me hours to drive to work." It probably doesn't. It might take them half hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, but they're exaggerating how long it takes. If your parents say, "It takes me days to drive to work, it takes me years to drive to work," that would be a hyperbole. It's just mathematically not possible, because you wouldn't get to work and back home again in time. So in your writing, try using both exaggeration, which is still believable, and hyperbole, which is unbelievable in your writing. So here's your task. I want you to write one paragraph of a complaint letter exaggerating the size of your complaint. It could be that you've gone to a supermarket and you've bought some mouldy food and you want to complain about it. It could be that you've bought a product on eBay or Amazon and it's not working and you want to complain about it. Exaggerate the size of your complaint using exaggeration and hyperbole. Task 2 is to write one paragraph of a travel article persuading the reader to visit a place. So it could be a place you've been to on holiday, could be the local place you live, but you want to exaggerate how good it is to make people want to visit there. And you could try using hyperbole to make it really sound out of this world, so that people are desperate to go visit the place that you're writing about in your travel article. Please give this video a like if you found it useful, and subscribe to my Mr. Hardy channel for the rest of the DAFOREST videos, and feel free to leave a comment, maybe using some hyperbole or exaggeration for me to take a look at. Well, thank you for your attention, and I'll see you on the next one.